Never think any planet in exaltation. For example, exaltation of sun is at 10 degrees, so sun can give you negative results. Yoga Tara is the 8th degree, so any planet in the 8th degree in Ashwini would actually be on the Yoga Tara. So it would, right. So we have some special degrees for the whole 30 degrees of the Rashi. We can have special degrees in Ashwini. Ashwini would be there between 0 degrees to 13 degree 20 minutes, the 4 padas of Ashwini, of which the 8th degree, Yoga Tara is the 8th degree. So any planet in the 8th degree in Ashwini would actually be on the Yoga Tara. So it would not mean that it will give you only beneficial results. So any planet placed in any of these special degrees will give you more result, is the only thing I can tell you. So never think any planet in exaltation. For example, exaltation of sun is at 10 degrees. Even if sun is in 10 degrees of deep exaltation, then also sun can give you negative results. Do not think exaltation is going to give you beneficial results. Debilitation is going to give you negative results. No, it is not like that. It can be either way. Actually, the exaltation, debilitation, swakshetra, own house placement, they are not going to help you in any way, or they are not going to spoil you in any way. Similarly, debilitation, 6th, 8th, 12th placements, especially in the D1, may not actually adversely affect you. Okay. Sometimes it is much more than that. If it is just the debilitation or the 6, 8, 12 placement, there will be more astrologers on this earth rather than people who are, going to astrologers. It's not that easy. Okay. I think I would encourage you to look at these 12 positions. For example, let me just give you one of these. Let me just deal with the first house and the fourth house. So what I have done here is how to use this. Comes in every nakshatra. It's a common paragraph that I have put on. So check the following in your horoscope. What are falling in this nakshatra? The dispositor of a house lord, the cusp of a house, the lord of a house. So that's the order. So any dispositor falls in a house, check for it. What houses, what house lords is it carrying? For example, let me just show you an example. Let's suppose you take Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter is in Kritika. You can see here Jupiter is in Kritika. Now Jupiter is the dispositor of Venus, Mercury, and Rahu, because Venus and Mercury and Rahu are the three planets in the Pisces. Okay, let's if somebody has North Indian chart, somebody needs a North Indian chart, then okay, I'm just going to give you North Indian chart. You can see in the 12th house, in the Meena or the Pisces, you have Rahu, Mercury, and Venus. So Jupiter becomes the dispositor of these three planets. Now the Lagna being the Libra, Venus is the first and the 8th lord. So Jupiter is going to give you more significations of first and the 8th lord being the dispositor of Venus. Okay. Jupiter is going to give you. So Kritika is going to tell you about how your first and 8th houses are. Okay. That's the basic rule. So 60% of the result will come from there, about the first house and the 8th house. The Kritika is going to give you. Next is Mercury happens to be the 9th and the 12th house. So 12th house, 9th house lord, and 12th house lord is Mercury. Even for the Mercury, Jupiter is the dispositor. So even for that, 60% of the say is going to come from Jupiter, because he is dispositing Mercury. He is the lord of the house where Mercury is placed. So 9th house and 12th house results also will be coming from the Jupiter, 60%. Then you will add up where the 9th house cusp is. Just in case you want to understand how 9th house is, you will look at where the 9th house cusp is and then decide. And then at last you will look at the 9th house lord. Okay, so it's not a straight deal wherein you just look at the 9th house lord. Let's suppose You want to see about ninth house lord, you go to Mercury, and Mercury is in Revati. No, it wouldn't work like that. For the ninth house, you have to see the ninth house's dispositor first, and then the cusp, and then finally the lord of the ninth house. That's how it works. Even if you have confusions about how to find out cusp and things like that, as we work and progress, you will get to know how to identify the cusp easily within a few steps. I'll teach you that as well. So just for understanding, for the first lord, if the first lord dispositor or first lord cusp or the first lord himself would fall in Ashwini, then these are some of the these are some of the significations that you will get from this nakshatra. A major success will be announced, but it will be delayed, or it will be cancelled in the last minute. No, you'll not receive it this year, sir. No, you'll receive it the next year. That's how it is. Okay, somebody will be announced for a national award, and at the last moment, some offline information will come. You're selected. Just the final sign is pending. So this final signing authority will come back and say, no, 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 let's not select this person. You give it to somebody else. Okay, so this can happen, and the award would get delayed maybe for once or twice or thrice, and then it comes back to him, depending on how badly Ashwini is afflicted, or how badly the current running dasha is not in synchronization with the Ashwini thing. That's about the first house. I'm jumping into fourth house because we've got a very, very less time. So Ashwini's had stepmothers like Chaya Devi and Sanjana were the wives of Sun. Similarly, there can be stepmotherly thing available if the fourth house gets connected to Ashwini. However, sometimes it may not be visible. As I said, there can be mother-like figures for him as well. Okay. Even 10th is important. Same thing. This 10th also, the job or a promotion could be afflicted. Same thing, as I said, with some time, then the person gets through with the promotion or the job thing. Similar is with the fifth house as well. Okay, I think that's more or less with the basics of what Ashwini is. Once we get to, what I would encourage is go back home, read all the signification of all the 12 houses. However, just don't have a hard and fast rule saying that if something is in the first house, you will get only this. I would encourage you to have all these traits in mind so that you can use them interchangeably, like the traits that we have learned here and going through the lecture again and again, so that you get more insights and you can develop your own rules, or maybe read the Puranic content wherein what Ashwini Kumaras were doing, and their life achievements or their life story, so that you can also develop your own rules, and you can achieve much more. I've only given a gist of what Ashwini can do. There can be a lot that you can actually draw down from each of the nakshatra. I would appreciate if anybody wants to share any feedback. Is the pace of the lecture is good? Because for the first time, I'm trying to give a lecture in English. I'm not sure if most of the people could understand it or no. I do not know. So any feedback with respect to that, or any any suggestions that you would want to make, or any questions that you have, please feel free to ask. I'm just like one of you, trying to learn astrology and trying to teach whatever I know and whatever I have understood. This is in yeah, I would say, um, whatever best I can do, I'm doing. So anybody has any suggestions, you're welcome.
Yes, sir. Absolutely fine, sir. Excellent. So the pace is okay. The content, everything is fine, sir. We are extremely happy, and you are following very well, sir.
Great to hear that. Okay. So have you been hearing the Telugu classes as well? So is that the
okay? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was also part of Telugu, but no, now I'm more comfortable in English.
Oh, true. Oh, that's nice. That's nice to hear. Okay. Anybody else has any feedback? or any question for that matter.
So your language is very awesome. Presentation is very good. We were able to follow it very well and all. The only thing is few of the words, I think like the words like cusp, debilitate, like exaltation, debilitation and all. If it can be explained, it will be very nice because it is the first class. Many of the new people may not be able to understand if it is.
Okay. Did you understand, or you
This is
had?
I understand, sir. I understand. I have no
Okay.
problem and all. I have asked few of my sister and friends to join. I think they may not be able to understand.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay. My humble request to you all is these things like the common words that I use, cusp or okay, cusp can be a little different word or a difficult word. I can explain it in the classes. It might take a little time for people to really make out what cusp is. So apart from that, on the exaltation, debilitation, just do a simple Google search. They're very well available because I don't think very basics are part of this the class, because I don't think if they don't understand debilitation and exaltation, I would be happy actually. I would not teach them because they're of no use. Okay, they are of no use because I don't use them at all. No planet is in exaltation, no planet is in debilitation, no planet is in own house. Okay, at least own house I would use to an extent. So if you have somebody, if you have referred some people, please coach them. These are very simple concepts. It would take them practice actually more than to give them uh, knowledge. Sorry, somebody is come up. Muralidhar Kocharla.
Yeah, absolutely true, sir. There is no point exactly. Debilitation, exaltation. I've been seeing my family horoscope. Absolutely, they make no sense. I tell you.
None of them,
Yeah.
because the planet is an exaltation. It's for the planet. It's got nothing to do for the native or the person who is
Yes,
actually
yes.
having
Very,
it.
very
It's
true, sir. Yeah.
yeah, but always learn the house lords. Okay,
Yeah.
it's important to know the house lords. So please coach them. Also the exaltation and the debilitation, because we may use them when we use uh, very specific cases to understand specific results, but not just give surface results of somebody's seventh lord is exalted, has a very happy married life. No, I would completely oppose it. Any more questions, suggestions? I'm happy to answer. And anybody other than Telugu is here?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm Tushar from Northern India,
Oh,
Delhi.
that's nice, Tusharji. Okay, okay. Did you find it difficult, Tusharji?
No, Srikanth, it was too good. And
Oh, good.
I joined late because I was away. So I joined little late, but it was quite good. And the new thing which we came to know is how to connect the things with nakshatras. It's too good.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
So, yeah, Tushar has been my colleague. I think most of the people up here in the call, I do not know any of them. Most of the people, except for one, two, personally. I and Tushar were working together for quite long. So I know Tushar personally. We share a lot of things in common. One is astrology. We've been using divisional charts for quite long after having influenced by Sanjay Rath ji. So
Yeah, yeah.
now with the advent of understanding of nakshatras, what we have done is even from the D1 as well, you can have a fair understanding of what the results are, and then
Right.
confirm it with the divisional charts. That's what we are learning, and divisional charts also will be eventually covered, and you will be astonished, Tusharji, with the kind of results that you will get with nakshatras.
Oh, this.
Believe me, most of the people who came into the class, they're already there in the Telugu side. They want to rehear what is being taught in English, despite the fact that I have already taught Ashwini about 3 weeks ago, so that they want to hear it once again.
No, I think, Srikanth, this is one of the best things because you do all the astrology without nakshatras. Actually, we never care about nakshatras. but the
Yeah.
right results will always come from nakshatras only.
Yeah, so I always
thank
keep
you.
saying these days that graha is something that जो ग्रहण करता है, जो लेता है, तो unless
Right.
the nakshatra is very clear of what its duty is, you get the result just from the nakshatra. I don't use much of the planets these days. I am using more nakshatras on the D1 side.
Right.
Okay. Anybody else who's not from Telugu background?
Yes, Srikanth. This is Nagu.
Okay, good to hear.
So I think my dad, Satya Rao, he was in Telugu classes, but this is my first English class actually.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yep. And even
Nice
though
to hear.
I know a little bit on the stories, but the way you related the stories to the predictions, that was really good, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. So,
Overall, it is
I
very
mean,
good. Sir. Thank you.
by language on the mother tongue, you are a Telugu person, right? Aren't you?
Yeah. I am.
Okay.
Telugu. Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Let's stop here. I would upload this lecture onto the YouTube. You can freely go through. It's going to be the same channel for both English and Telugu. Okay. The thumbnails will have just the English titles. It would mean that it's an English lecture. If the thumbnails have got Telugu words on the thumbnail, it's a Telugu